Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, and we are back with Miss Kaya Dean of the Empire Collective, talking about them collaborators.
Yes.
And but before we went to break, Kaya, we talked about the Empire Collective, the asset it is to to business, what separates it from a normal networking group, right? Right. Tell us what it means to be the collective versus being a collaborator.
Well, the collective is the conglomerate group of collaborators.
Okay.
Because being a part of the collective, you are trained, retrained, and most of all, elevated in whatever level you are in your service.
Okay.
And what you provide, your product, your service, whatever it may be that falls in the event arena. And an event arena is so wide. And one of the platforms that we utilize is event platforms that utilize cigars. There's not one, what I call industry in this country where cigars don't touch.
Okay.
There's not one.
Okay.
There's not one.
Okay.
Most people that come to the table, celebrate, or relax,
Okay.
they use cigars. They're going to use it in some shape or format.
Most business deals are made
Yes.
over a cigar.
Yeah, on the golf course. Going to a lounge, going to a restaurant that has a bar. If we look back in time in history, is that the collective also has a training platform, a 10-module system talks about how to utilize the cigar industry to close deals, make deals, create collaborative opportunities.
Wow.
Because a lot of people don't know how to do it.
Okay.
It's not because they can't do it.
Right.
Because most people that are entrepreneurs are very good with their tongue and their speak and their voice.
Right.
They're 9 times out of 10, they're not quiet. They speak.
Yes.
They speak well. They speak loud. They command the room when they walk in.
Okay.
The confidence that it takes there. So when you bring it in and you teach them, you show them how to turn that and unfold that into something great to help them create other opportunities on what is their passion. They love it. So all of these collaborators that are part of the collective come together and they go out and market together.
Okay.
So they're powerful in whatever angle that customer needs. We have someone in the collective that can offer it and is a master in that area.
Now, when you say they market together, how do they market together? Because marketing can be very complex.
Yes, it sure can.
Okay, so how do they market together? Are they sharing amongst each other's friends, or what does that look like?
Well, through the collective.
Okay.
The collective actually interviews, actually markets all of the services for those that are in the collective.
Okay.
So the collective goes out and seeks opportunities for every member that's considered to be a collaborator within the collective.
Okay.
Because there are plenty of doors that I can get into that a lot of people cannot. And that's just because of the journey that God chose me to go through.
Okay.
There are other people that are part of the collective that have doors that I can't go through.
Correct.
But having me aboard to go into that door, I can close bigger and greater deals than they could ever fathom.
Almost like a BPO management type service.
Yes, exactly. Okay. But we're all in this together. Wherever I can elevate you, we go. Wherever you can elevate me, you're going with me.
Awesome. I'm loving that.
And it's a one-stop shop. People use that term so really openly.
Okay.
But truly, that is, I consider it's a menu of services.
Okay.
It's a menu of offerings.
Man, I'm feeling what you're saying. And I'm loving the direction of what's happening and the vision and everything. Now we're right here in one of your local establishments where you actually do a lot of your Empire Collective events.
Yes, and they're actually part of the collective, which is Champagne Problems.
Okay,
it's a wonderful European Champagne Bar.
Oh wow, wow.
Some amazing things that are going here. They're actually only 6 months in the running,
Okay.
open. But when I tell you a game changer, they have bought actually they have bought Paris. They've bought it here
I can see that.
to Morrow, which is the south side of Atlanta.
Yeah.
The uniqueness when you come in here, you feel like you're sitting out at a French market.
I'm definitely feeling the vibe.
Yes, it's a great vibe, and I love it. They've got a lot of great things that are coming. Looking forward to doing with them.
Okay.
We're working on some major projects now.
Wow.
And we have some additional other collaborative members that are working with us. So it's a wonderful thing. And I tell you, right now in this world and what's going on now,
Right.
you got to work together. It's
Right.
too expensive.
Yes. Well, let's talk
It's a
about
lot of overhead.
Let's talk about that because literally, I just saw, and I was talking to you about seeing the Latino community work
Yes.
together. You know, we just said, hey, we had 4 people putting up a fence yesterday. They started at 8:45, got finished at 6:30, and everybody worked together. But why does it seem so hard for that to happen in the African American community? It's like I don't see that same collaboration in the African American community that I see in other cultures. Why is that?
Well, we all know why that is. I mean, we can go right back to it, and it's the same. You know, we're getting ready to get into Black History Month. It all comes out of slavery, but we can't use that as an excuse anymore.
Okay.
We've got to get beyond that and break that level of freedom and get into what freedom is.
Right.
We got to break those bonds and stop looking to blame other people for why we can't be successful. And we got to understand we can do more together. Economics has no color. The only color it has is green.
Correct.
And so the best people that can understand how you work and who you are is your own people. And we cannot be discouraged.
Okay.
We cannot be discouraged and think somebody else's status quo is what we're supposed to mimic.
Right.
Because if you look back on our history and we look at everything that people are going to remind us in every month of the year,
Right.
it's what we've created and what has been taken from us.
Correct.
Every major invention
Correct.
that was created in this world in America was done by people of color.
Correct.
And so we gotta take our pride, our gifts, our abilities of why they even brought us to America, and we got to use it for ourselves. If nobody stops us, we can't blame massa anymore.
No.
We cannot. There's no excuse for that.
Right.
It is time for us, of those that choose to. There are going to be some that are not.
Right.
But those of us that choose to, if you can connect to the right individuals, you pray about it, you ask God to send them to you,
That's
He
right.
will send them to you.
Oh, most definitely.
And you get those people, you can do some phenomenal things, not only in the Southeast, not only in the United States, but across the world.
Correct.
Because I will never, ever give up on the black mind.
Yeah, and
I
you
would never give up on the black mind.
never. And you know, in our last publication, when we featured State Farm reps Kim Mays
Yes.
and Sherry Divide Nard, one of our themes was the power of partnerships.
Yes.
Collaborations and partnerships, like working together. How can we work together? You know, is it like, are we still playing these kiddie games where we're all, oh, I'm part of this clique, I'm part of this clique, or are we working with people who are really beneficial for our legacy, for our success, for the things that we're trying to build for our families? We got to ask ourselves that.
Well, the power of a dollar has seasonal color.
Absolutely.
It's seasonal color. So you got to understand it. Whatever I have to say, it's not personal. We got to start wearing our feelings on our shoulder.
My Lord.
We got to stop over expecting the black person to be different than any other race.
Okay.
Just because we are the same race, don't put me in a separate category. Treat me and view me the same as you would view all my other counterparts or all other business owners of other colors.
Right.
Give me that same level of respect.
Right.
So one of the parts is that we don't respect each other. We step on each other.
And especially not only just being black, I mean, black women face a lot of disrespect in the business world.
Yeah.
You
especially
know,
what
so-
I do, yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it take a lot of the walk in there.
Well, yeah, it does. And one of the things is alpha women do very well in entrepreneurship.
Okay.
But I tell you this, An alpha woman really does not like to always be in the alpha state.
Okay.
She really wants to be in her feminine state. Really longs to be in that. We only exhort alpha states when it comes and it's needed.
Let's. I agree and I disagree.
Yeah, but we're talking about business now. We're not
Okay.
talking about personal. So
Right,
I'm trying
right.
to keep it on the business realm.
And that's what I'm saying.
And for a woman to be successful in business, you have to have alpha traits.
And like I said,
So you only get disrespected if you come out of your alpha state. Because if you're in your alpha state, you can deal with that. And
Okay.
you don't take it as being disrespected. You let it work for you.
let it work for. Okay, I get what you're saying.
So
in
that's
that
what I'm
capacity.
trying to say is you got to be in your alpha state, because if you're in your alpha state, you're not going to feel disrespected.
I agree.
Because you're going to bring that table back around and you're going to deal with what's at hand.
Right.
And forget about the disrespectfulness, because you're not sensitive.
Hey.
And you're not wearing your feelings on the shoulder. You're there to do business, and that's what you're going to focus on.
I was watching a show called Viking Valera on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's
I have
a
to
very
look at it.
interesting show. You want to
Yeah.
watch it? And
Sure.
Queen Emma.
Uh-huh.
Queen of I believe she was Queen of Norway. No,
Okay.
Denmark or
Okay.
Norway or something like that.
Yes.
And her husband, who was King Canute, he was
Mm-hmm.
the emperor.
Yes.
The emperor.
Yes.
of-
Empire.
of
the
the
empire.
Northern Empire.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. And King Canute passed away
Mm-hmm.
and left Emma in charge.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I'm familiar with that story, so please keep going.
Yeah, okay. However, Emma was expecting Edward to come back to be king,
To be emperor.
to be emperor. But somebody else came back. You remember that story?
Keep going.
All right. When that other person returned, it was actually Canute's son. Okay. When Canute's son came back, he was ready to get rid of Emma. Right? Because Emma was showing, hey, like Emma didn't expect him to be there. However, his heart changed when I saw Emma. She was operating as the queen, but she operated in that femininity. You know what I mean? So, so I don't know. Is alpha connected with femininity?
Yes,
in the
because
business
it's
world?
one and the same. You have to know when to turn it on and turn it off.
Okay. Because I think we get
because
that mixed up.
the thing is when a man exhorts that and shows that,
Okay.
that shows you that you're being too strong. So back down.
Oh wow. And this is kind of
That's
like
the
what
only
happens in
reason he does that.
Okay.
It's the animal kingdom.
Boy, man, you talk about something. So is that how is being a female entrepreneur
Yeah.
leader in this industry?
Yes.
Is that how we have to kind of operate? Like, I mean, look at it, because I don't know why women get this scar. Like, are men in the business that is so dominant? We kind of like give our
Well,
women
you
a hard
don't.
time.
Well, first of all, as people of color,
Okay.
we're not taught how to operate in the business world.
Right.
So when we grow up, we're not taught how to juggle in between feminine and masculinity.
And that's what you talk about
Yes.
in your 10 steps.
Yes.
That goes back to the
Yes.
10 steps. Okay.
You got to be comfortable, and you have to have the ability to do that, because God built this world for the man to run it.
That's a whole other subject, and I agree with you.
That in our rules. This
Yeah.
ain't our world.
Yes.
But we can operate in it,
Correct.
and we have the power to run. As women, God's given us the power to really run. We just don't have to be seen.
Man, we gonna talk about that. We got to go to commercial break real quick,
Okay.
because you getting hot. You getting hot over here on me. So you guys stay tuned. I got Kaya Dean, Empire Collective Collaboration, boss CEO, business owner, entrepreneur, was a hustler, right?
Hey, we all started
We
that.
all had to start somewhere.
Because
Man.
we're not left with nothing to start a business.
Man, you guys stay tuned, guys. We're gonna go to a commercial break. Kaya Dean, Empire Collective Collaboration, Voice of the Village Podcast, Game Changers Media Network. Ease up.